close that door.
Okay.
3, 2.
Nah, leave it open. There's always room for more.
Hey, peace, and welcome to the Divinity Podcast. I'm your host, Divinity, the God MC. Yeah, welcome back. Now, we're in season 2, and this is episode 6 entitled Mark of the Beast. Now, I'll get into why I named it that way in a minute, but first things first, I need to make a very special shout out to my pops. Happy birthday. He that nickel. Hey, I love you. Thank you so much for being my best friend. Thank you so much for being the root of the tree we like to call family. And thank you for being a blessing to others. Okay? Because you're my blessing here on this earth. And I love you. And I hope that this birthday and this 1 year around the sun has done you pretty darn good. You heard? And don't you dare call me Bigums. So now, this is episode 6 entitled Mark of the Beast. But before I get into all that, hold up, wait. Because you know I gotta go back. Reverse. And you bet not change it. Season 1, episode 6, entitled Light Work, okay, was paying homage to the living legend, MC Light, okay? And within that episode, we talked about friendship. We talked about honesty, integrity, when rap had real substance to help you think and become a better person, right? And Light Work was not only entitled that way because of the living legend MC Light, it was entitled that way because I like to shed light on things. You know how I do. And in doing so, listening to that episode brought back so many memories, right? So much so that I had to say, okay, what am I going to do in season 2? Shed some light. So let's get into why the episode is named Mark of the Beast. I mean, this is episode 6. And what's the mark of the beast that they say? 6. Now that got me thinking, right? I wanted to dig deep into this thing because I wanted to make you aware of the things that I found out. So I'm going to shed the light and share what I found. But first, I'm going to share a little story with you, right? When I was a kid, my grandmother used to play a song by Shirley Caesar called Mark of the Beast, and it goes, the mark of the beast is coming, y'all. And as a kid, I'm like, what the heck is this thing? Like, and I want to be ready. I don't want to get it. And in church, they would show this movie called The Rapture, where people was like disappearing while driving cars. It was just total chaos. And they would like drift into the sky, and the ones that were left behind were left to ask if they wanted to accept this mark. And if they did not accept this mark, then that meant that they had to die. And as a kid, I'm seeing this stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I'm like scared, I'm fearful, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to do this. So as an adult, I got to relive that, right? So I dug into it, and 666 is actually supposed to be the symbol of the Antichrist or the devil, whatever you want to call it. But when I dug deeper, deep inside, deep, I found out that 666 is the atom carbon makeup of melanin. You know, that brown skin, that black skin you got. So I'm like, well, beast, mark of the beast, 666, and that's the carbon atom makeup of melanin. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons is what we are made out of. So you mean to tell me I'm already marked? Slow it down for him, babe. Now, in finding out this thing, I said, well, what else did they used to say as a kid? I remember Erykah Badu going, if we were made in his image, then call them by our name. So if we're made in the image of God, What does that make us? And I'll let you sleep on that. I'll let you think on that. I'll let it marinate. So I also got to thinking about, what else is this thing called life going to bring me, right? If I'm already marked because I'm 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, the mark of the beast, well, what are my chances to get into this thing they like to label heaven? Because if heaven is a thing with gold and all that stuff, we all know they don't like to share, so why would they want us there? Now, I got some more digging to do, because the Greeks like to call God Gomar Az Dubar. Shout out to Rakim. Now, Gomar means wisdom, all wisdom, knowledge, because knowledge is power, right? Az meaning strength, a physical being producing strength, which is what we do every day, right? And Dubar meaning beauty, because there's beauty in life. There's beauty everywhere. When you look in the sky, when you look in the clouds, when you look at yourself, what do you see? Hopefully beauty, right? Now, I also want to dig into this 666, because if God is all knowing and I'm made in God's image, that means I have to have a sixth sense about things, right? That intuition, that funny feeling you get, that you don't need evidence to prove anything. You just feel it. Tells you to go to that store. I need you to be there right there. Don't run that light. Don't make that phone call. And things just happen, and you start to listen to your gut. That's that sixth sense. Because remember what I said. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Makes up the what? The melanin you're in, that black skin, the mark of the beast. So you are your reality. Whatever you think shall come. So if you think negative thoughts, they're gonna come. If you think positively, that's what you bring. You manifest these things. Whatever you think, whatever you feed, whatever you water, that will grow. I said that in season 1 too, episode 2 to be exact. So I hope that I got your attention a little bit with this thing, because like I said, as a kid, I would be afraid because the mark of the beast was coming, but I've been here. And I'm infinitely designed for this. So if I'm a beast, I'm going to go hard in anything that I'm doing. I'm a beast when it comes to this podcast. That's why I call my podcast MC. Yep. And I'm a beast when I get up and go to work every day and feed my son. I'm a beast every day when it's done. I'll be playing with y'all. But anyway, so the mark of the beast is what we are made up of. So if you're already marked anyway, you might as well live a little. Got the key to life. Get you some cheat and that. Now, I'm only here to tell you the things that, that I think about all the time. I start to dig. When I have a question and I ask myself, I want to go look up the answer. And it's right there because you're holding a computer in your hand. And if you don't believe me, look up the atom carbon makeup of melanin. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. And it goes on and on and on because we are infinitely designed for this. Now, my job is to feed you. You might be mad, but that's personal. Okay? Personal. But as for me, and as for mine, it's always forward. Forward always. Until next time. Peace. Hey, Mark of the Beast. That's me. Call me Pi MCV. Huh. Talk to me. You laughing. Talk to me. Yeah. Come on. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.